with David Barton, Rabbi Daniel Lappin, Reverend James Robison, and Dave Reaver. We were talking in the break, before I get to the rabbi, talking in the break, I don't know if you've ever heard why the court says we can't have the Ten Commandments posted in school. Listen to this.
Stone v. Graham, 1980, the U.S. Supreme Court said, if the posted copies of the Ten Commandments were to have any effect at all, it might be to induce the school children to read them. And if they were to read them, they might meditate on them. And if they were to meditate on them, they might respect and obey them, and that would be unconstitutional. Don't kill, don't steal, all those terrible things, all the things that hang in courts of law all over the country.
In other words, it's okay to do the things, you just mustn't think about them. That's right.
All right, so last night, I was having dinner, and was it you, David, that pointed out that we should have a prayer after the meal?
Yes.
I love this. This is the best. Explain, Rabbi.
Well, Glenn, first of all, thanks to you and your wife for so graciously arranging kosher food for Susan and me. I really appreciate it.
Not a problem. By the way, kosher food.
Don't do that again.
I mean, it's delicious, every bite of it.
But at any rate, the actual writing in the Torah says, and you shall eat, and you shall be satisfied, and you shall bless the Lord your God for the food. And so it leaves us to deduce the need to say a grace before the meal, but the Torah emphasizes the need to say the grace after meals. And the reason is that it's not hard to induce really hungry people to pray. But when we're feeling good and full and satisfied with good food and good company, as we were last night, it takes another thing to think about, wait a second, now's a good time to acknowledge the boss and say thank you.
And that's what George Washington did. He prayed twice. He prayed before the meal and after the meal. Exactly.
Right, exactly.
George Washington.
And this is why
he was a deist. I forgot. What was I thinking?
And the Jewish prayer, the grace after meals, essentially thanks God for an economic system that makes us all interdependent with one another, just as Reverend Robinson and I have been talking about. When we're made interdependent with one another, we're actually all able to eat. And
how do we, Doctor, how do we heal the divisions between us and take a cattle prod to the seat of the people in the pulpit?
Well, I've said to you personally, and I'll say it again, I don't mind you getting all riled up. It's plenty to get stirred up about. But your greatest strength is going to be the love that flows through you like a river. It's clear. And it is this love that is going to tear down the walls of division. You're seeing it right here in this room. And I wouldn't be able to find out anyone out in this room that I wouldn't love. I might not agree with you, and I will never waver, I will never compromise. I'm going to stand firm. But I believe we have compromised the greatest power on the planet, and that's the power of love. By dividing up and building walls, where we don't let the love of Jesus penetrate those barriers. We have to let that happen.
What's really interesting is he stood with Dr. Martin Luther King, and when he said that, I remembered that is exactly what Martin Luther King used to say. And look at the change he made in the world. Back in a minute.